Good morning. It is Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7 Grand Rapids Best Mix. It is Monday, September 16th, 2024. Good morning, Laura. How are you?
I'm tired but fulfilled. How are you?
You know what? The same thing, and probably for the same reasons as well. I mean, it was a beautiful weekend. A little warm, art prizing kicking off, a lot of things just going on. And I know for you and I, we hung out twice on Saturday and then once again on Sunday.
I know, we didn't even get any time apart from each other. Saturday we met up and went to Hardside Park to hang out with our friends at Neighbors for Neighbors to help give out supplies to people in need in the community down at Hardside Park. And it was, honestly, we've done it before, but it's such a humbling reminder of how many people in your community really truly are just really having a hard time and just need a little bit of just gentleness, you know?
Yeah, and it's not necessarily something to end up homeless and unhoused. It doesn't take much.
No.
And you can see these men and women out there just trying to get by each day. So I'm thankful that we have the opportunity to work with Neighbors for Neighbors, and I look forward to making some announcements soon. We want to do our coat drive again and do it even bigger than we did last year.
Absolutely. So we're looking forward to that. And then also on Sunday, we got together. We went all the way out to Rockford to Townsend Park for the Pedals for ALS event, which, wow, man, you want to talk about some people that will really just make you want to get off the couch and get your life together. That event is absolutely one of them.
Yeah, everybody that put that on, ran that, the volunteers, incredible stuff. But people, though, too, it was as simple as, and I say simple, it went anywhere from a 1 mile walk, which is about my pace, all the way up to there were several competitors that did a 100-mile pedal. Or 100 kilometers.
100K, yeah.
But okay.
Still
My butt hurts thinking about that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So it was so cool to be there among all the people. It was so great to get to actually meet people that listen to the show as well. So I think overall, yeah, like you said, I'm tired, right? It's always a Monday, but I feel so happy, so fulfilled.
Absolutely. And a big shout out to Julie and Colleen and the entire crew out at Pedals for ALS and everybody that came out to be a part of it, because genuinely, we did have a really good time shouting out people at the finish line. And I'm gonna say I would like to publicly apologize to everyone whose name I butchered while we were doing that, because I was trying my best. But like, we're in West Michigan. There's a lot of Polish people, and there's a lot of names that come through with like a lot of consonants and like a Y. And I'm like, I don't know how to say that.
Don't feel bad. My wife's family is Dutch, and you would think I could figure things out, but I butchered Dutch names, which I don't even think those are that complex, but man, you give them to me and I'll mess them up.
I got 2 or 3 of those wrong too. So anyone that did compete, you're a rock star, even if I can't say your name right. And I'm sorry for that.
How was your weekend though? What did you get into? I mean, did you stay inside because it was too hot, or did you get out and you actually do some exploring, having some fun? Check in with us this morning at 616-600-0957, or you can DM us in the Mix 95.7 app.
It's time for Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
Art Prize kicked off over the weekend. Couldn't ask for better weather, right? Yeah. Organizers teased a huge spectacle for the opening ceremony of Art Prize, and it looks like they delivered as well. Because, of course, there was a parade that went through the city. That was cool. Music, food, and then fireworks at night. But the thing was, the big surprise was revealed as David, a 35-foot, 200-pound puppet that actually scaled the Amway Grand Plaza. It was so cool. If you didn't see this thing, we'll have to share it again on our Big Joe and Laura Instagram story. But it made its U.S. debut. This thing, Laura, took 5 puppeteers to control and climb him up the building.
Yeah, the videos look incredible. I'm so bummed I couldn't see it myself in person.
No, I need to check out Art Prize. I didn't get to. I was so busy this weekend. If there's anything you liked, you thought was really cool, because let's be honest, it's almost impossible to see it all, DM us in the Mix 95.7 app and let us know so we can go check it out.
This is some awesome news. After being closed for the last 3 years, Nick Fink's bar, the oldest bar in Grand Rapids, is reopening in just a week. The bar opened 136 years ago inside the Riverside Hotel. It was owned by 3 generations of the Fink family, and then around the end of the pandemic, they ended up closing it down. The Gilmore Collection has bought it, and now they're going to reopen it with a full menu, new themed cocktails, and yes, you can still go sit in the Al Capone booth. I think it's so cool. I didn't get to go to this place, obviously, because I moved here right as it was closing.
I never been myself either, and I was here when it was open. So, yeah, I want to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it'll be open next Monday, just in time for Comstock Park's homecoming.
And for your final need-to-know news story, maybe I guess this ties in with Justin Timberlake after all, we're heading to New York where he gave a public safety announcement after pleading guilty to impaired driving.
If you've had one drink, don't get behind the wheel of a car. There's so many alternatives. Call a friend, take an Uber. There's many travel apps. Still, take a taxi. This is a mistake that I made, but I'm hoping that whoever's watching and listening right now can learn from this mistake. I know that I certainly have. And like I said, even one drink, don't get behind the wheel of a car.
Who am I to judge? But I just feel like that's like him being forced to do it. I don't know how genuine that felt.
I mean, he definitely had to do it. I'm glad he said it. But at the end of the day, it's like, no one believes that you actually feel that way, buddy.
Yeah, he was arrested back in Sag Harbor, New York in June for all of that. And that is the latest update. That's Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7. Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. We should be wrapped in bubble wrap because I feel like we're always finding dumb ways to hurt and injure ourselves.
Absolutely. I feel like I should be the bubble boy some days.
The bubble girl, bubble boy, bubble man. We talk about this, and you could be anonymous, too, with your dumb or embarrassing injury. 616-600-0957, because it was inspired by a sports broadcaster, Joe Buck. You may or may not know who he is, but he's on TV a lot with different events, and he shattered his wife's ankle. Not on purpose, but they were golfing. He hit a tee shot, and I guess apparently they shared in this video they posted that occasionally, just for fun, she likes to do handstands, just random places.
Just doing handstands for fun.
Yeah, well, he hit his drive like out of the tee box, and she wasn't directly in front of it, but it was bad that while she was doing the handstand, it whacked her in the ankle, ended up causing like 6 weeks where she had to be in a boot. Now she's getting surgery on it, like it caused like nerve damage. Talk about just a dumb way to get injured, a dumb way to get hurt.
Oh, especially because you were showing off in the first place and showboating, and then bam, karma came right for your ankle. Not that she deserves it by any means, but it's one of those times where you're like, well, I mean, if you hadn't been, although it might have hit her in the face instead. So honestly, taking that to the ankle was probably much better than taking it to the nose.
Let me tell you about a dumb time that karma came my way when I got myself knocked around a little bit. Gave myself a concussion. Back in the day, really, really loved the TV show on MTV, Jackass. And I loved all the stunts that they did, and all my friends skateboarded. I didn't do that, but I had a camera. I did photography in high school, so I would try to snap them doing little tricks and stuff. But the one thing I could do is I could jump off of something into like a pile of bushes, like they used to do that.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So we're at this big bank. They got fancy landscaping, and there's this huge thing, probably like 12 feet wide, like a rectangle of bushes. I'm like, oh, man, I'm going to jump into this thing.
Oh, no.
And I jump, and I jump, and I go like from forward to like land on my back, and the back of my head slams a corner of concrete that was hidden. Like, apparently I weighed enough that the bush was like, I can't support you.
Not today, buddy.
And I was like, boom. And I just, as soon as I hit, I'm like, oh no, I'm going to bleed. My brain's going to bleed. I'm going to die.
Yeah, I'm dying today.
I was telling her, like, don't let me fall asleep. Don't let me fall asleep. Luckily, it was just like a little minor concussion, little CTE probably long term. But talk about just a dumb way, like, so what brings you to the ER? Oh, I jumped into a bush. I thought it'd be cool for a video.
I was trying to be like Jackass, that show where they have all the warnings beforehand not to be like them. I ignored those.
No, what about you, Laura? I figure like you're not injury prone, but have you ever had like a dumb injury?
I am so injury prone. I've gotten good at falling at this point because my father used to joke as a child that he should have given me the middle name Grace because of how much I trip and fall and do all that stuff. So I got good at tucking and rolling most of the time, but there's been a handful of times I was not the cat I tried to be to get out of the situation. One of the worst. I mean, I've told the story before about how I had a freak piggyback ride accident. That one's pretty bad.
Because you have, if people haven't seen a photo, you have kind of like a little scar on your lip.
Yeah, right under my nose where my braces went through my lip. And basically, I was on someone's back. He was running. He fell. I kept going because momentum. And I just switched face first into the concrete. But that's not even the stupidest one for me because I was stupid to get on his back, but I didn't injure myself there. So I don't count that. However, when I was moving out of my ex's house when I lived in Kentucky about almost 10 years ago now, I was probably not in the best mood for obvious reasons. And I'm moving my stuff out. He's staying in the place. So his mom is there and kind of helping me a little bit. We didn't have a bad breakup, but it was still it's still awkward to move your stuff out of your ex's place, even if you're on good terms.
Yeah.
So I'm moving all this stuff out. I have an attitude, and finally, I'm like flying out the door, just trying to get a box or something. And the way that I was walking out the door, the glass door came and slammed onto my finger and broke my middle finger. So it hurt immensely. And of course, like, I can't complain. I can't make a scene because I was acting like an idiot in the first place and being snotty because I was just trying to get out of there and get my stuff out of there as fast as possible. So I break my middle finger. So for like 2 months afterwards, I had to permanently leave my middle finger up, which I thought was hilarious, but made for some very seriously awkward situations, especially in like meetings and other stuff where I'm just sitting there, just like, if I lean my hand against it, my middle finger just would be up. And I'm
Raise
just like,
your hand if you have an idea.
Hey, look at me. Hey, boss. Or like, I'd go to wave, and like, that's the one that's immediately up before I get the rest of it. Like, it was terrible. Breaking your middle finger has to be one of the worst, most inconvenient things, because it's not going to ruin your day. It's just going to make you ruin everyone else's day along the way.
Okay, well, we obviously have some dumb injuries here, and I'm hoping that we're not alone on this one. If you would like to share your dumb way that you got injured, whether it was self-induced or somebody else said, hey, let me help you out with this one.
Yeah.
616-600-0957. We got a great amount of DMs that we're going to read, but would love to talk to you at 616-600-0957. It is Big Joe and Lorrie here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. If you've had a dumb injury, well, that's dumb, but don't feel embarrassed about it because it happens to everybody, including me thinking, hey, I could be like the guys on Jackass and jump into this giant bush and hit the back of my head on concrete and get myself a concussion.
Because you're not the guys in Jackass. Or you can be like me and kind of have an attitude with moving out with the ex and break your middle finger using the glass door, which is never a good time for anybody, especially when you do it in front of your ex. So we wanted to know, what's your dumb injury? 616-600-0957. Or you can send us a DM at the Mix 95.7 app, like Kelly in Newego, who said, when I was a teenager, my little brother and his friend picked out the laundry basket I was sitting in, and when they went to go set it down, it slipped out of their hands and I fell on my ankle, causing her to injure her ankle. Allison at Belmont said, once I sat too long doing a puzzle and stood up to go to the bathroom only to find that my foot was asleep and I thought I'd broken my ankle. The cracking noise and the pain was so intense. Like, she just stepped on it and kind of just rolled it in a way. But
I've had that before, like once or twice in my life where it's gone numb, and I will not walk because I feel like my leg, I will step on it, it'll just go in half.
Oh, I'm so terrified of that. And then Katie at GR said, when I was 5 years old, my same age neighbor told me to step back, so I did, and apparently not far enough, because then he swung his dad's golf club and hit me in the face. 26 stitches later, I have a scar that runs from the side of my nose into my upper lip.
I'm sure that's a total accident, not on purpose at all.
Yeah, hey, step back. Just make sure you don't get hit by this thing I'm swinging at your face. Again, you can give us a call, 616-600-0957. Morgan in Grand Rapids, how did you injure yourself?
So I was like messing around with my boyfriend, and he went to go hit my butt, and I went to like block his hit, and he broke my middle finger.
Oh no! Okay, so obviously as that happens, people ask you how you broke your finger. Were you honest about it, or did you have to like make up a story to tell like your parents and stuff like that?
I was honest about it, and it was my middle finger.
So how much fun is it to have a broken middle finger? Because like, you kind of do get away with flipping people off as much as possible, right?
Yeah, I would send him pictures when he was at work, and I would just like be flipping him off, and his mom thought it was really funny, so I would send her pictures too.
Have you since then tried to block any booty slaps?
No.
It's worth it. It's worth the slap to not have a broken middle finger again.
Morgan in Grand Rapids, we're glad to hear that everybody's doing okay, and thanks for sharing that dumb injury.
Oh my gosh, amazing,
Yeah.
Morgan.
You guys have a good day.
It is Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix.
And this year's Ig Nobel Prize Award winners were announced the other day. And if you're thinking the Ig Nobel Prize, I thought it was just the Nobel Prize. Well, that's just because this is an entirely different set of awards. This is an award set for weird science, not things that are helping us necessarily. Although some of these things can be helpful. A lot of them are just purely strange.
Okay, I've never heard of this, so I have no clue what to expect.
All right, one of the biggest awards that was given out on Thursday at the awards was to a group of doctors who found out that you can breathe through your butt.
Really?
Yes, researchers found that many mammals are in fact capable of it, and the study showed doctors might actually be able to treat things like COVID by using a special mixture of oxygenated liquid. So this is like, it has good medical purposes, but they're also discovering there is technically a way you can breathe through your butt.
Okay, so like, does that mean maybe if I'm farting, I'm kind of like,
you're almost
sneezing or coughing
yourself in a sense constantly?
Oh boy.
So
I don't know about this. There's already a lot of people I have to interact with that have bad breath. I don't know if I want to be smelling that. So, but good for them. But I'm not too impressed.
No. Well, here's another piece of knowledge that they discovered recently. A team in Amsterdam flipped a coin 350,000 times to find out, is it actually 50-50 when it comes to heads or tails? What do you think the answer was?
No. It's probably close, but no.
You're correct. It actually, coins are more likely to land on the side they started on, they found out. So it's not 50-50 at all. It's just more likely if you start on heads, you're going to end on heads or vice versa.
All right, for all those addicted to gambling, now you know how to improve your odds.
Yeah, just flip the coin yourself. Now, this year's Peace Prize went to a study that looked at whether or not you could put pigeons inside of bombs to guide them. I feel like that's not very peaceful at all.
Wait, like... I don't understand.
Like they would put the bird, the
pigeon.
The pigeon would drive a bomb. Because they have honing pigeons and they have letter carrier pigeons. So the idea is you would have bomb pigeons.
I guess it's better than like a squirrel. Who knows where that thing would end up? Squirrel!
And last but not least, the Botany Prize. There are many more, but this is the last. Oh, no, wait, two more. Botany Prize went to some plants because they found out that if you put a plant next to a fake plant, it will start to look like the fake plant because it doesn't know the difference. Somebody spent a lot of time and money to figure that out. And last but not least.
But who even think? Okay.
I know. The prize for medicine went to a study that found that placebos work better if they do include a few unnecessary painful side effects. Like if you're in a study and they're trying to figure out whether or not that something's going wrong, they'll give the people with a placebo something that actually might give you a headache or might make you feel a little sour in your tummy, just so you think you have the pill. And then they know that the people A who had the placebo and B had those effects didn't really have it, so they think that they could get better results that way. But now you're just being drugged for no reason and your tummy hurts. I
have to be honest, a lot of stuff that you said over the past couple of minutes kind of just went over my head. Only thing I can remember now is that apparently if I work hard enough, I can breathe through my butt.
I'm proud of you and I believe in you.
All right, hang on, let me try it. Big Joe's Little Wins happens around this time weekdays here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. You call and share good news in your life. Maybe it's some awesome stuff that happened at work. Maybe there's something good in your family or maybe at your job too. We just want to celebrate it. We need more positivity, and this is where you come in. Call 616-600-0957. That's 616-600-0957. Lorrie in Hudsonville, thanks for calling in. Tell us about your little win.
It actually kind of is a big win. I helped a friend elope this weekend.
Ooh.
I know. I got ordained and did all the stuff you're supposed to do to be able to legally marry somebody. And she eloped because, well, her husband's from another state and they couldn't get the family together thingy. And then that cost. Weddings cost an arm and a leg, and I said, I'm not going to charge anything. And it was really cool, and it was very spontaneous, but she looked beautiful. She had a gorgeous dress on that she got like online for $200, and it fit, and it was great. I married a couple today.
Oh, that's so cool. And you know what? Good for them for not spending an arm and a leg on a wedding, because I feel like those are the people that actually last in marriages versus the people that spend like $100,000 and then get divorced 2 years later.
Exactly. And so hopefully it sticks because I did it.
Yeah, right now you got a perfect record. You don't want to be the person that says, well, I'm 50-50 when it comes to marrying people.
Exactly.
Well, it is I feel like it's an honor to talk to a fellow ordained person. I also, Lorrie, fun fact, have married some people, and as far as I know, they're still together. Yeah, but I'm not going to look into it.
My one wedding is also still together as well. So good luck to you that your couple stays together and keeps your record intact.
I appreciate it, you guys.
Well, bless you, Lorrie, and all the great work you do for the church. No, thank you so much.
Big Joe and Laura.
Have a good one, Lorrie. If you got a little win like Lorrie in Hudsonville, why don't you share it with us? Spread the good news, spread that positivity. 616-600-0957.
We're Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7 Grand Rapids Best Mix. And I want to know, what do you do if you buy a lemon? My brand new car broke down 2.5 months after I bought it. My husband was driving down 196 trying to get the baby to sleep. The baby fell asleep. He was about to 131 to come down to our house in Alger Heights when the car suddenly had every light on the dashboard come on. And I mean all of them. We didn't know some of them even existed yet because it was a brand new car.
I've never seen this one before.
Look how shiny it is. Oh, no, that's not a good sign. So he pulls over. The car stops working. We have to get it towed a little bit. And long story short, finally it gets over to the dealership. And they have told me they have absolutely no idea what's wrong with my car. They've never seen this problem. It's a brand new model of the car.
Of course, lucky you.
Yeah, well, it's my luck. It's just my luck. The first time in my entire life I buy something brand new to me, it falls apart within 2 months. Yeah, it sounds on brand for my life. But I just want to know, I took my car in over a month ago. I've had a loaner car. I'm very thankful that I got one of the loaner cars. So, I mean, I could be in a worse situation. I'm aware of that, and I can acknowledge that. But I just want my car back, and they don't have answers. Every time I ask for an answer, they just say they're working with engineers from corporate, basically, and they don't have an answer for me. And I'm to the point where I'm like, after a month, do I have the rights to complain, to get my money back, to get a new car? Like, how long do I let them tinker with my vehicle before I realize I'm never getting this thing back? It's a science experiment.
I've heard of the lemon law, but I always thought that from my understanding, and this is why we're asking for your help, 616-600-0957, is that, Laura, okay, let's say that your transmission went. Then it went. Like, if you had like the same issue, I think 2 or 3 times, then I think you can get your money back. But I think, unless I'm wrong, it's like, yeah, you haven't had your car for a month and a half, but I just think that's kind of sucks.
Well, no,
I don't think there's any recourse.
I looked into the law. The law has 2 versions of it that can possibly activate the lemon law in the state of Michigan. The first one, like you said, has to be 4 attempts at repairing your car.
Wow. Well, this is 1.
4. Well, but no, here's the thing. The other one is that and it has to be the same thing, they have to repair 4 times. So, like, if 4 different things happen, you're still SOL. No, if your car is out for repair for over 30 days, you're also eligible. My car has been out for 40 days at this point. So, yeah, I'm beyond the 30-day in repair. So I'm pretty sure the way I read the law, I am technically eligible to either get something that's equivalent or my money back. But I don't want to go through all that. I don't want to talk to. I don't want to do all
You're
of that.
over this whole situation.
I'm just over it. And I swear, I told you this yesterday, and I mean it with all my heart. I really try my best to be as patient and kind with people because a lot of things are out of their control. They're just people trying to get through life. If I call that dealership one more time, it's going to be a string of obscenities. And I don't know what to do at this point because I'm so angry about it. I'm so disappointed, and I'm out a lot of money that I don't have. I don't just have that kind of money sitting around. Like, I did a lot to be able to make sure that I could have a nice car for my family. So we only have one nice car. The other car sucks. And so we've been stuck in the crappy car.
Yeah, but the other car actually runs.
I know. And that's the thing. And that's why we bought the new car, because it's the same brand as the old car that has been so loyal and faithful to us. So it's just disappointing. So I want to know, have you been in this situation? Have you bought a car that just broke down on you? You were SOL, or are you someone of any legal mind that might have an answer to me of what I could do, or maybe how I could just bully the dealership into hurrying it up or doing something about it? Because I don't want to be mean. I don't want to get into a fight, but I also really hate this loaner car, and I don't want it anymore.
You need to follow up. They might have forgot about you. This was like 6 weeks ago.
I'm texting them every week. They keep telling me the same thing. I don't know. The answer is I don't know, which also makes me want to scream. 616-600-0957. You can send us a DM in the Mix 95.7 app. Also, what should I do? Again, 616-600-0957.
Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix.
Yeah, we're talking about my car. We've made jokes about it a while now, but basically I bought a car. It broke down after 2 months of me driving it a whole lot, which was still not it's not a problem as much as Joe's made jokes about it, but it was less than 10,000 miles on a brand new car. So obviously I'm annoyed a month in that I don't have it back, and I want to know what are my options here? Like, am I screwed? Can I go through legal action? What should I do about my lemon of a brand new car?
I don't know a lot about cars, but I really truly think you driving so much so fast, the car's like, I am giving up, shutting down.
Jokes on them.
Can't sustain this life.
Well, joke's on them. I've put like 2,000 miles on the loaner they gave me because I've had it for a month and I had places to be. So, like, I'm sick of this loaner. It's not big enough. It doesn't have enough stuff in it. And I want to know what my options are. 616-600-0957.
Let's say good morning to Suzanne in Rockford. So you got some advice for Laura, I guess, as far as lemon laws?
Given the mileage and the age of the vehicle, it's definitely eligible for repurchase, and I would definitely go that route. If they don't have a fix for it now, I mean, they could fix it in a couple of months or in a couple of weeks, but then you're worried about whether or not you're going to have something else. And lemon law is only going to cover you in Michigan. I'm assuming you bought it in Michigan.
Yep, right here in Grand Rapids.
Cover you, for like 12 months, 12,000 miles, I think it is.
Okay.
So what does she do? Does she pick up the phone and call the dealership? How does she actually get this going?
There's also a site on the Better Business Bureau website, a link that will take you to lemon law repurchase, and there is an agency that you can contact there. I'm in my car right now, but
I can look that up easily. No, thank you, Suzanne. That at least gets me in the right direction. I appreciate you so much. Thanks for picking up the phone this morning. Hey, Andrew in Lake Odessa, what should I do here?
So I do work in the auto repair industry. I'm not at the dealership level. I'm at like a smaller shop. But
sure.
Definitely the thing to do, I would definitely look into an attorney that specializes in lemon law. But when it comes to interactions with the dealer, just try to be as nice as possible. It's a frustrating situation, but the service writer, the service manager, their hands are tied on what they can do. Cars are so technical now, especially, if you just bought a 2024, 2025.
Yeah.
They're so computerized. They will be. I just actually worked with the Kia dealer on 28th on something like this a month or two ago, where they had to get the corporate engineers involved, and it took 2-3 weeks for them to analyze all the data and come up with a fix.
Wow, that's a long time. So maybe that's why it's been so long for you.
Yeah, I want to be patient, but at a certain point, I'm like, is it worth taking this car back? Because what if it does it again? Like, I drive too much. I can't afford to be stuck in the middle of Ohio or something with a bum car.
Nobody can be stuck in Ohio. That's the worst case scenario ever.
That's my point. So I guess I'm going to have to do something about it. Thank you guys so much for calling this morning. I appreciate you. And if you have any further advice, go ahead and send us a DM inside the Mix 95.7 app.
It's time to play Laura Can't Lose on Mix 95.7. Here's how it happens. You'll have 1 minute to answer 5 questions. You can pass if you need to, and we'll come back if time allows. A tie goes to Laura because, well, her name's on the show. Here's who's playing Laura Can't Lose today.
Let's welcome back from the weekend. Their second day in a row taking on Laura. It's Kate in Dorr.
Welcome back, Kate. How are you?
Thanks. Good morning. Good. How are you?
I'm good. A little nervous. Friday, you went 5 for 5, and now our Michigan lottery ticket jackpot up to $55. A lot of fives in your future. Maybe you'll do it again.
All right. Let's hope.
All right. Go ahead and kick Laura out so we can play.
Get on out, Laura.
Ooh, you were getting really close. Did you hit it?
No. I'm backing
good.
out.
Here is question number 1. What actor played Captain James T. Kirk in the original Star Trek series?
I believe that was William Shatner.
Question 2. Billie Eilish has won 2 Oscars. Her first was for No Time to Die from the movie No Time to Die. And What Was I Made For from this 2023 blockbuster movie?
Oh, gosh. I have no idea on that. I don't know.
Okay. Question 3. Which organ secretes insulin?
Is that your kidneys, liver? I'm just going to take a guess and say liver. I have no idea.
Question 4. Which city is often referred to as the birthplace of jazz?
Is that Memphis?
Question 5. What kind of sauce is served on Eggs Benedict?
Hollandaise.
All right. I'm going to bring Laura back in.
Laura! La, 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 Laura!
Hello, friend. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay, Laura, you have a chance today to beat Kate in Dorr. She got 2 out of 5 right.
Oh,
Okay.
boy.
Oh, no. That means these questions are hard. I don't like this.
I don't know. I think it's just me.
Oh, no, Kate.
I appreciate that. Question 1, Laura. What actor played Captain James T. Kirk in the original Star Trek series?
William Shatner.
Correct, 1-1. Question 2, Billie Eilish has won 2 Oscars. Her first was for No Time to Die from the movie No Time to Die. And what was I made for from this 2023 blockbuster movie?
Barbie.
That is correct, Laura. You've taken a 2-1 lead. Question 3, which organ secretes insulin?
Your pancreas.
That is correct. Laura leads 3-1. Question 4, which city is often referred to as the birthplace of jazz?
New Orleans. Nolans.
Nolans. That is correct. Kate thought maybe Memphis. And
That's a fair guess. It's actually, Memphis is the home of blues. That's what you were thinking, Kate.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So you weren't far off.
And question 5, to see if you can go 5 for 5. What kind of sauce is served on Eggs Benedict?
Hollandaise, which is the grossest sauce ever.
Well, yes, that
Hey,
is.
it's delicious.
Now, my question is right here, kind of going off topic, but do you know how to spell Hollandaise? Hollandaise. So is this like a Dutch
If
thing?
you would have given me a chance, I could have done that.
She's like, can I get bonus points?
But Kate, no. The points are done. Laura wins. But I was just wondering, like, is Hollandaise, because it has Holland in front, is that like a Dutch sauce?
Probably.
All right.
I'm going to claim it since I'm Dutch.
Well, my wife Lindsay, she's Dutch, so she would know. I'm Polish, so I don't know about that.
It is actually originally from France.
Oh, well, oui.
It's named after a small town in Normandy famous for its butter and cream.
Okay. Well, hey, Kate and Dorr, we learned a lot today. The biggest thing to take away is that, well, you know what you have to say, right?
Oh.
Oh, I'm Kate from Dorr, and I can lose to Laura.
I'll take that interpretation. All right. Well, hey, Kate, thank you so much for playing. We need somebody else now that Laura went 5 for 5.
Yeah, 616-600-0957 if you want to try for that Michigan Lottery ticket jackpot of $60.
It is Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix, and I have a really sweet neighbor. She is not going to be named in case she is listening. I don't know if she does, but I like to go over and cut her grass. This is not me bragging or patting myself on the back, Laura. It's just something.
Is it?
It's not.
Is it?
It makes me happy. It's my therapy, okay? I love cutting grass, weed whacking, edging, to have a nice sidewalk. So I do this for her, and she's like, I have to pay you. I'm like, you're not paying me. That's like me going up and somebody shaking my grandma down for $20 each time they cut my grandma's grass.
Yeah, no, whether or not she has the money or not, it doesn't matter. She's an older neighbor. You absolutely are doing the right thing. That's very sweet of you, Joe.
So I do that. I shovel the dry. I like doing it. So this has been going on now for, I don't know, past since winter and into this year, so 6 or 9 months. And she's like, let me get you something. So she made Lindsay and I, or got these off Etsy, these magnets which have photos of me and Lindsay. I gave her these pictures. She asked for them of our dogs, Benny and Paddington. And I didn't know what they were for. She's like, I got a nice gift I want to get you. I'm like, okay, I got to let her do something.
I was gonna say, that's really sweet.
So she went overboard and got like 20 of these things. They're like little, about an inch each magnets you'd put on your fridge, and they have like they're actually nice pens. These pens that connect to them too, so you can like write down notes, which 1 or 2 is cool, but we have 20 of them. Well, I'm like, I'll never use all 20 of these.
Listen, we could use all of them in the office. If you want to bring 2 or 3, I could use one in my cubicle, no problem.
Well, we took a couple out, but then we were going through things and we're like, do we throw this out or not? Because no offense to her or anything, I'm very bad at telling people how I feel, but I'm trying to declutter stuff in our house, so the last thing I need is 20 pens and magnets, even though it's the sweetest gift. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to shut somebody down for being nice, but I don't need this.
No, absolutely not.
So I was about to throw it away. Lindsay's like, let me see it. She opens the bag. Laura, inside of this thing I was about to throw out, $100.
What?
A Benjamin Franklin look brand spanking new.
Do you think it was supposed to be there? Do you think she was sliding you a gift? Or do you think it was like one of those, like, oops, I dropped my $100 bill in this bag?
Well, it would be a very, very interesting drop to land exactly in that bag.
I know. Listen, I'm just trying to benefit of the doubt here.
I truly think she did that, but I just, not to get into personal business, but she's on a fixed income. She is, retired. Like, I don't think she just has hundreds to give out to like people that do good deeds for her.
No. So, I mean, how long have you had these pens? Because you said that you kind of were sitting on them. I mean, it's been like, what, a week or like a year?
About 2.5, 3 months.
Oh, no.
I timed it back just because we got it. We're like, oh, thanks. And we just put them to the side.
Well, I mean, thankfully for you, summer just ended. So you do have the excuse of being like, oh, we were really busy traveling this summer.
Oh, that's a good point.
We just got to putting them away and we noticed it. So if you do decide to give it back, you do have at least a little bit. Like if you were to have done that like 2 months from now, you don't have a good excuse. You weren't doing anything in September and October. Oh, art prize was really crazy. I couldn't get these magnets put up, you know?
Well, then, okay, but what do I do now? Because it's been several months since she gave me this, and I never acknowledged it, because you would assume if I gave this to Laura and her husband, James, like if I gave them a gift and I knew that $100 is in there, I would expect oh my gosh, thank you. Like, is it...
You have to bare minimum, yes, thank her. You do for sure have to thank her.
But it's been too long. It
doesn't matter. No, again, you've got the excuse. I've been traveling. We didn't get to put them up. So you have an excuse. So you don't have to worry about that anymore. The thing is if you keep this money or not, do you think she would be offended if you handed it back to her?
I don't know. And that's the whole reason I want to try to... I would like your advice, 616-600-0957. That's 616-600-0957, because I don't think she'll be mad at me, but I can't tell. I just know I'd be upset about it. So that's what I'm worried about. 616-600-0957. For Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. I have a great neighbor, Laura. I really do, but I don't know what to do in this situation because it's going to be awkward.
Okay.
She gave us these gifts, these magnets, these pens, and inside of it, we didn't open the other bag. There's $100 inside of there. And I don't think this was accidental. I think it was purposely put in there because I always cut her grass. I'll shovel her driveway because I enjoy doing those things. And I always think, I hope somebody does that for my mom and grandma in Ohio.
Absolutely.
You help your neighbor out. This is what you do. You don't expect something in return. And honestly, she's on a fixed income. She's probably in her 60s or 70s. I'm not taking your $100. That's like $1 million.
Yeah.
But am I supposed to keep the bucks? Am I supposed to keep the money? Are we supposed to return it?
Well, we asked people. You can always give us a call at 616-600-0957, or you can send us a DM like Amanda in Coopersville, who said she clearly wants to pay you for your time. It means something for her to be able to pay for it. I had an elderly neighbor once. He'd ask for rides to the grocery store, and I'd take him whenever he needed to go, and he'd always insist on paying me. I refused over and over, but it was a pride thing. He didn't want charity, and maybe that's the situation with your neighbor. Maybe she just... she feels bad that your time is valuable while she knows she's older. She doesn't want to admit it. And so she's just trying to pay you for your time like she would any other person that she were to hire for the job.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. But once again, there's also the other thing. And I feel like I've said this before, but this was 2 or 3 months ago and she gave us these gifts. So I wonder if she's like, funny, they haven't said anything yet about the $100 I slid into there.
Yeah, you're going to have to definitely explain.
I just feel like a turd.
You didn't get into the magnets. 616-600-0957. Marcia in Belding, what should Joe do here?
I had almost the exact same thing happen with a neighbor. I was watching her cats for like a week, and I'd done it previously, and she paid me a little bit. But she gave me like $50 for watching her cats for a week. And we love playing with her cats and everything. I just kindly told her, you don't need to pay me to do this. I don't mind doing it. I don't mind helping out a neighbor. And she was fine with it.
So Joe should just give it back and hope that she's not offended by it?
I don't think she'll be offended. I honestly don't. I think she felt very grateful to you, Joe, for you being so kind to do that, and she wanted to show her appreciation.
Aw. I think that's right. I mean, if you really wanted to do something, Joe, if you wanted to, if you feel bad keeping the money, buy something for her at Christmas with that money. Do something really nice for her. Make her a meal for Thanksgiving. Take that money and reinvest it back into her and don't tell her you're doing it. Ooh. And then that way you can feel a little bit better about taking the money.
You know what I could try to do is, what is the thing that everybody loves, men and women? And that's food, right? It's like the love to your belly. I should make her a brisket.
Please cook it properly. Don't do this. If you kill your neighbor trying to make her a brisket, I swear I'm calling the cops on you.
All right.
Are you sure her teeth are up for a brisket?
Yeah, there we go. That's also...
Yes, Marcia, whose brisket are you eating? This isn't beef jerky. This is moist, juicy, fat-rendered brisket.
Marcia,
a baby could eat it.
I'm coming down the elevator to give you a high five for that.
remembering brisket as being kind of tough for meat to eat.
All right. Well, I'm sorry you had that experience, Marcia, but thank you for calling in.
Experience.
Oh, Marcia, you're the best. We love you. Have a great day.
Love you guys too. Bye-bye.